Good day, everyone. Welcome to this channel, Awwaludeen Made Engineering Easy. Today, we are continuing from transport phenomena under momentum transfer. So, what do we understand by momentum transfer? In the previous video, I explained the concept of transport phenomena and the types of transport phenomena, which is mass transfer, momentum transfer, and heat transfer. So, I explained the concept of mass transfer, if you have already done how to estimate the diffusivity of a gas mixture. So today we are going to take a look at momentum transfer. So what do we understand by momentum transfer? Momentum transfer involves the movement of fluid due to pressure or force exerted on them. Example is a fluid flowing in a pipeline. So this explains that for a fluid to flow in a pipeline or for a fluid to flow, there must be a pressure difference. So the next thing is the coefficient of momentum transfer, which is viscosity. And this viscosity is governed by Newton's law of viscosity. We state that the shear stress or momentum flux is directly proportional to the velocity gradient. So from here, it gave us a term as shear stress is directly proportional to what? Velocity gradient. So removing the sign of proportionality, that we introduce what? Dynamic viscosity. The dynamic viscosity multiplied by velocity gradient. Yeah, this shear stress, this dynamic viscosity, and this what? Velocity gradient. So, and this dynamic viscosity, simply, you can call it simply viscosity. So it has several units. So it has the unit of Newton per meter square, Pascal second, gram per centimeter second, and pounds per feet second. There are several units for viscosity. So today we are going to take a look of how to estimate the viscosity of a pure gases. So for us to estimate the viscosity of a pure gases, there are about 2 to 3 methods used in estimating it. So based on the condition related to the question given. So here we have a question here which is estimate the viscosity of nitrogen at 293 Kelvin and 68.03 atm. So in this case, we all know that nitrogen is a pure gas, right? So in this case, we are going to make use of two methods which related to this condition of the question. So first of all, one of these method is what was on a Hera chart. Was in a Hera chart or plot. So the second one is Chapman-Escon equation. So these are the two methods used in estimating the viscosity of a pure gas related to this condition. So in the other hand, let's take a look at each one after the other. So before moving to the conclusion, please like, subscribe, and share. So solution. This is solution A, that is using Wasson-O'Hara plot. So this Wasson-O'Hara plot is what? Plotted reduced viscosity, that is mu r. This symbol for viscosity. Reduced viscosity equal to actual viscosity divided by critical viscosity against reduced pressure and reduced temperature. So this reduced pressure and reduced temperature, it has their own formula, which is reduced pressure is equal to actual pressure over critical pressure, and reduced temperature is equal to actual temperature over critical temperature. So, and the critical viscosity has its own formula as critical viscosity equal to 7.70 m raised to the power of 1 over 2 Pc raised to the power of 2 over 3 and Tc raised to the power of minus 1 over 6. So here m is for molar mass, we all know. Pc is for critical pressure and Tc is for critical temperature. That is critical viscosity equal to 7.70 times molar mass raised to the power of 2 multiplied by critical pressure raised to the power of 2 over 3 multiplied by critical temperature raised to the power of 1 over 6. So, relating to the question, we stated that we should estimate the viscosity of nitrogen at 293 Kelvin and 68.03 atm. So in this case, the temperature given, that is given temperature, or you can also call it actual temperature, is what 293 Kelvin, and the actual pressure given is 68.03 atm. So for us to estimate this viscosity, we have to make use of this plot, and before that we have to determine the reduced pressure and reduced temperature, and also the critical viscosity and reduced viscosity. For us to do that, let's start from what? Getting the critical property from the table. There is, we can say, gas, critical pressure, critical temperature. So here should be nitrogen, because the gas we have here is nitrogen. So the critical pressure of nitrogen is what? 33.5. Yeah, while the critical temperature of nitrogen is what? 126.2. Yeah, and okay, the molar mass. Let's say the molar mass is what? 20. The molar mass is 28. From here we can determine the critical viscosity, which is critical viscosity equal to, from this formula, we have 7.70 molar mass raised to the power of 1 over 2 multiplied by critical pressure raised to the power of 2 over 3 multiplied by critical temperature raised to the power of minus 1 over 6. Alright, substitute the value. We have 7.70 multiplied by molar mass, which is 28, raised to the power of 1 over 2 multiplied by critical pressure, which is 33.5, raised to the power of 2 over 3 multiplied by critical temperature, which is 126.2, raised to the power of minus 1 over 6. Yeah, from here we have it as 1.89 times 10 raised to the power of what? Times 10 raised to the power of minus 6 gram per centimeter per second. Or you can read it as what? The normal unit for critical viscosity is micropoise, which will be what? 1.89 micropoise. Hope you understand. So from here, he said that was 1.89 times 10 to the minus 6, or gram per centimeter second. So in terms of poise, it will be what? 1.89 micropoise. That is, this micro say mean what? 10 raised to the power of minus 6. So the next thing is for us to calculate the reduced pressure. Sorry, the reduced pressure, which is reduced pressure equal to actual pressure over critical pressure. And the actual pressure is what is 68.03 atm. 68.03 divided by the critical pressure, which is 33.5. So which will be 2.03 or approximately 2. So the reduced temperature will be what? Actual temperature over critical temperature. Alright. Which is equal to what? The actual temperature is 293. 293 over the critical temperature, which is 126.2. So from here we have it as 2.32. Mind you, reduced temperature and reduced pressure are dimensionless, no unit for that. So what we have to do is to make use of the chart. So that is Watson-O'Hara chart. So which is reduced viscosity equal to actual viscosity over critical viscosity against reduced pressure of 2.03 and reduced temperature of 2.32. So checking this table, this was an O'Hara chart. So this chart, you will see the vertical column. You see the vertical column as column for reduced viscosity and horizontal axis for reduced temperature, and the curves are for what? Reduced pressure. So what you are going to do is to intersect the value of the reduced pressure and reduced temperature and trace it to the left to determine the value for reduced viscosity. So at the horizontal axis we have the reduced temperature there. So from here we have the reduced temperature as 2.32. Okay, let's say 2.3. So that is a little bit away from 2. So for the curves, which is for reduced pressure, we have reduced pressure as 2.03. That is a little bit, okay, yeah, let's say approximately 2, because we don't have 2 point something there in the curve, so we have exactly 2. So since the additional decimal point is not that big, we can just approximate it to 2. So from here, intersect the line for temperature at 2.3 and the curve, intersect them. So trace it to the left. If you trace it, it will be between 1 to 2. Yeah, I have it as 1.15. You can also decide to use 1.1 or 1.05. Okay, the range will not be too much. Just make sure your steps are okay, are very correct. So I'm using 1.15. That's reduced viscosity equal to 1.15. So in this case, I'll have to make use of this formula, which is what? Reduced viscosity equal to actual viscosity. This actual viscosity will be the viscosity I'm looking for, divided by critical viscosity. So from here, making the actual viscosity for subject of formula, we have actual viscosity equal to reduced viscosity multiplied by critical viscosity, which is equal to reduced viscosity is what? 1.15 multiplied by critical viscosity, which is what? 1.89 times 10 to the power of minus 6. 1.89 times 10 to the power of minus 6. So from here, multiply it, you have what? 2.174 times 10 to the power of minus 4 gram per centimeter second. So this what we have using Wasson-Hera chart. So the next video will be based on using Chapman-Escon equation. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, and share.